What's up, buddies? We are going to be talking about CBD oil today. Um, Back on here with a review as well as a little bit of education on how to use CBD oil and what its main uses are, um, and then just a little bit of information about it. I am Thomas. I'm your relief specialist, and so let's get straight into CBD oil, which is something that hasn't been talked about. We always talk about the flower on this page, but CBD oil is really beneficial. It's very convenient. This is a 250 milligram full spectrum bottle. Now I prefer full spectrum for pets, people who are worried about like it tasting too hempy at all. Then they should get the CBD pure oil. But me, I find the most benefit from the full spectrum. Now, quick thing about full spectrum. What is that? Full spectrum is the entire plant. It basically makes it to where, I feel like I'm a little close to the camera there. They call it an entourage effect. The entourage effect, essentially, it takes all of the plant. It has all the terpenes in it. It has everything that the plant has into the bottle. So it's a full spectrum of the plant. The benefit of having that is sometimes there's certain terpenes and there's certain other cannabinoids that are in the plant that are beneficial and interact with the CBD to enhance its benefits. I have taken both the full spectrum and the pure oil, and for my anxiety, which is the primary reason that I take CBD, I find the full spectrum helps so much more. That's personally how I feel and what research has shown as well. If you're taking it for pain though, and you don't really need those extra kind of happy feelings, it's not a high, but it's it can kind of total body relief is kind of what I find from the full spectrum, which helps with the anxiety because it releases tension. But if you're taking it solely for pain, I've heard that the pure will do just fine for you. Now, 250 milligrams is very low. I've been taking CBD now for a year, and I actually started off with vaping and doing the oils, the sublingual oils under the tongue. That's how you take the oil, is you drop it underneath your tongue. You lift your tongue up and drop the full thing. We'll show you right here how to do this. Someone's coming in to say hi. So I actually give my dog CBD oil. He actually has pretty severe anxiety. He was a rescue, and lots of things scare him. I mean, he will sometimes get scared by his own shadow and start running in circles, or running in place, not circles, running in place in the kitchen on the tile, and he just runs there. He freaks out. So we've been giving him CBD oil for about a week and a half, and we've found that, and it's you got to find your right dosage too. So that's one of the most tricky parts because everyone's still learning. Everyone's body's different. For me, I need a lot more CBD than my wife does. And so basically for him, we found about 20 milligrams is the place that works best for him. But like I said, everyone's different. For dogs though, they do recommend 1 milligram to 5 milligrams per 10 pounds of body weight. You know, he's a 70-pound dog, so he can have up to 35 milligrams twice a day. And that 1 to 5 milligrams can be taken up to twice a day for pets. For adults, there's not really a ratio, but you know that same ratio probably would help of how much you take. So sorry, the kids were screaming. I thought they were. Anyway, so how you take this. Now I'm going to take 2 drops of this because this is a 250 milligram. 1 dropper of this, which is a 15 milliliter bottle. Now, how you know how much is, if the label doesn't tell you, which a lot of labels do, but if they don't tell you how much is in a dropper, then you need to do a little bit of math. And that's, if it's a 250 milligram bottle and you've got 15 milliliter bottle, or let's say a 30 milliliter bottle, just you have to do a little bit of math here. But in this case, 250 milligram bottle and a 15 milliliter bottle. Sorry, that doesn't sound right. But it should be 8. I think it's 8 point something. Yeah, 8.3 milligrams per dropper. 8.3 milligrams is going to do nothing for me. That's, I mean, just to keep it 100 here and keep it honest with you guys, it's not going to do anything for me. It's not enough. So I will take, I'm going to be taking about 3 of these to start off with. And this is how I like to start my day off some days. If I don't want to, I don't want to smoke flower, because when you smoke flower, you get a lot more, and it kind of sometimes will relax me, you know, more than I want to be this early in the morning. I'm going to be going to the gym in the next, hour, so I want my anxiety down, but I don't want to be kind of couch locked. So I'm going to take 3 of these, and basically what you do is put it under your tongue, and you hold it there. So I'm going to do all 3 drops. And you hold it there for 30 to 60 seconds. Well, anyways, that's what you do. And we're going to stay here for a while. Because I don't know how to pause the show. Wanna go get? Go get. So that's it. 30 to 60 seconds. I try to do 60 seconds as much as possible. I only did about 30 seconds since I was on this video with you guys. But it's as simple as that. Now, the pure oil will have almost like a cherry. It has a slight cherry taste because it's pure. It's pure CBD isolate. That's all it is. That's the difference between the full spectrum and the pure. It's 99.9% pure CBD isolate. Except for, obviously, if in an oil form, it's going to have your carrier oil, which with CBD distillery and my oils, it's going to be MCT oil, which is actually really good for you as well. It's good for your skin, your hair, your nails, and overall good for your body. So we've talked about how to take it, dosing, So that was, let's see, 8 times 3. So that was 24.9 milligrams. That's pretty good for me for, like, a general at keeping anxieties down. Like the capsules will have about 25. Will have 25 milligrams. The gummies have 30 milligrams, and that keeps, like, more preventative. So I notice the days that I do this, I will take, have a little bit of something, or I'll take a small hit of flour in the morning, just a little bit. It's almost like it prevents more of my anxieties arising before they come. And so then I don't have to come home and smoke, a 1 gram joint in order to finally calm down. Now, my life is crazy. So, not that anyone else is, but I, like, got a whole lot going on right now. Personal life, work life, business life, all the above. And so I've got good anxiety in my life right now, and then I've got, like, not good anxiety. And for someone who has anxiety disorder, uh, whether it's good or bad anxiety, sometimes it can just convert to bad and mental breakdown. And I have a really bad habit of waiting to the last minute to take my CBD. Because I think, okay, I'm not gonna need it anymore. I can manage on my own. I feel okay. And then boom, I'm not okay all of a sudden. So I've been trying to work on being better at taking those preventative measures. In the last couple of days, I haven't, and I've been kind of having some breakdowns. So, do yourself a favor if you're like me, or even remotely like me. Just do something that's gonna take care of you. The 500 milligram bottles will have 16 milligrams per dropper. Thousands will have like 24, I think, milligrams per dropper. So that's kind of good food for thought of how. So if this was a 1,000 milligram bottle, then I would have only needed to take 1. It takes about, depending on your body, depending on how much you've eaten, depending on how quickly you metabolize things, it will take about 10 to 30 minutes before you start feeling full effects of the oil. Now, something to take note of when you take CBD oil. Your body's made up over 70% of water. Okay, there's some new research coming out about CBD being in oil and not in water. With this ratio that I've given you on dosing, it is based on what has been shown to work. If you come across a CBD that is in water, not in an oil, you will need to take less, because your body will absorb the CBD quicker and better, so it has a better bioavailability rate in water than it does in oil. Oil and water don't mix. And so when you're taking, let's say, 25 milligrams, your body may only absorb completely, let's say, 10 to 20% of that. There are studies out there that are making that suggestion. So basically, we could take let's see, easy math, 10% of 25, 2.5 milligrams of CBD. Now, I've only found one company that does CBD water, like in water. I'm not talking about like seltzers and stuff like that. I'm talking about like a bottle like this with CBD mixed in, like isolate in the water. And that is, and they're super expensive. I mean, they do suggest that it would last you longer, like a 250 milligram bottle. This is $30. This is like 20, $30. Um, I think I sell it on my website for, I want to say I think it's $22. Uh, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say it's like $22. And so like a 250 milligram in water one, it's like $200. So I've not tried those personally to know if they really do work better. I'm just sharing a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of stuff with you for um, uh, your educational purposes. So I've only tried this, so I can only give a personal experience on this. However, I cannot give a personal experience on the CBD and water. But for informational purposes, it's kind of a cool fun fact. Anyways, though, like 25 milligrams is a great starting point for the average person. I'm a 200-pound guy, so 25 milligrams kind of eases everything in. When like stuff hasn't hit the ceiling, I need like 100 milligrams. If everything's like I'm going through a breakdown. But I like to take this in the morning. I like to take it in the morning. I like to take CBD oil in he's got his toy. I like to take it sometimes at night. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy smoking flower. But there are times when that's not possible. There are times when, because you're out traveling or you're at someone's house and they don't want you lighting up a J, or you're kind of tired and you just want to drop something underneath your tongue real quick and then in 30 minutes, be chilled out and go to sleep because it helps with sleep. But those are kind of the times that I like to take it. And I like to keep it on hand during the day. I will either use this or vaping after I work out for muscle recovery, as well as to kind of come down from the adrenaline high that I'm on from the gym. So, okay, he's here with his toy. So that's how I do it. Now vaping, you guys will a lot of times see that vaping, you've got, this is a 250 milligram bottle, but your vaping cartridges or pens and stuff, most of the time only have like 200 milligrams max, if they're full spectrum, unless you have like a bottle of like e-juice. But if they're those like pre-done cartridges or vape pens, they're usually about anywhere between 75 milligrams up to 200 milligrams is what I've seen. Most commonly, I've seen a couple higher, but very rare. The reason that those are only that amount is because when you vape or you smoke, the bioavailability rate is the highest. It's the highest. The most absorption of CBD comes through vaping and smoking, because the vapors, if you will, the vapors or the smoke, they get into your bloodstream, they get into your system like that. They start absorbing through your mouth, and then they go through your lungs, and that's why you instantly, if any of you have ever vaped or smoked flower, you'll know after one hit you're already feeling the effects. Whereas with this, it's going to take a few minutes. Now we're pushing 20 minutes here now, and I'm starting to feel the effects of this oil. The relaxation, the internal systems are not they're not, kind of like wired and ready to, because that's my anxiety. Kind of talking about the fight or flight um, um, response. Some people, when they have anxiety, uh, they'll flee. They'll go. They'll seclude themselves. That's their most common reaction to anxiety. Everyone does both fleeing and fighting, but everyone has like a primary one. Um, I'm primarily a fighter. I will start cussing and being a jerk, and trying to push people away from me. So I'm kind of fleeing at the same time, um, but yeah, it's not good. It's not a pretty thing, and I don't like it. And no one likes it. So the anxiety for me, um, and for everyone, it really kind of just eases all that tension. Um, I do need to disclose at this time, I am not a psychologist. I'm not a licensed mental health counselor or anything else. I am just a guy who has done his research uh, on mental health because I've been fascinated with it for many years. Because I've suffered from many aspects of it for many years, and I have friends and a son who suffers from it. Um, I have, yeah, my oldest son has sensory processing disorder. So I know a lot about various different mental health disorders. I've researched and researched, spent hours and hours. Why I haven't gone to school to get licensed is honestly because I want to research and study on my own time. Uh, and I don't know, that's probably one of the reasons. The reason's money. Um, and I don't know, I just like learning about a lot of things. So maybe one day. I've thought about it numerous amounts of times to go get licensed, but about then becoming a mental health counselor. It's something I really thought about doing, but I just haven't made that jump yet. But anyway, so I do want to disclose that I I'm giving these based off of my own personal research recommendations and things that I've experienced in my own life or in the lives of those uh, around me. So that's about it for this video, guys. I told you guys I would be doing this video on CBD oil, and I wanted to make sure that I did so. Um, if you have any additional questions about CBD oil, or how to take it, when to take it, just comment below. I monitor those comments on a daily basis. I have the notification anytime someone makes a comment. I promise you I will get to it. If I don't get to it within an hour or two, I will more than likely get to it by the end of the day or the next morning, depending on what time the comment comes through. Um, so if you guys are looking for quality CBD products, um, in the link below, I will have my website on there. I carry only products that I've tried myself. I carry only products that are supplied from uh, companies that I trust, that I've personally researched their manufacturing methods, their extracting methods, their growing methods, where they source from, all these different things. And I also only do companies that have every like third-party testing to show what exactly that we're getting in these bottles, in these salves, in these gummies, in these capsules, in these vapes, in this flour. So if you guys are looking for relief from anxiety, depression, fibromyalgia, uh, chronic pain, um, epilepsy, um, IBS, like irritable bowel syndrome, irritable bowel disease, um, like high blood pressure. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. Even to the point now where CBD is now classified as something to be beneficial in uh, like cancer patients now, reversing the symptoms of cancer. And CBD combined, more recent studies show that even CBD combined with chemo has had a higher survival rate. So this stuff that it really helps in so many aspects. Um, and so if you guys are looking for any of those types of relief and how to do it, please look at the website below. And if you have any questions on how to take it, how to administer it to dogs, and stuff like that, or yourself, or any tips on if like you don't want to smoke, you don't want to vape, but you want to the benefits of CBD, what your suggestions are, please don't hesitate to give me a comment about below or send me an email. So I appreciate you guys sitting here for this 27-minute video and hearing me out and letting me share some CBD knowledge with you guys. I'm going to be doing more videos like this. So go ahead and subscribe and turn that notification bell on, and go ahead and like this video so that we can get some more content for you guys. All right. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for chatting with me. Later.